والآن حفلنا الكريم نبدأ الجلسة الأولى التي هي بعنوان الخبرات الدولية في الإرتقاء بخدمات كبار السن وإحداث التمكين والدمج. يقدمها كل من الدكتورة إكسينا والدكتورة ليلان أني والدكتورة سمر الفقي. تدير الجلسة الأستاذة أسماء الخضري، فليتفضلوا مشكورين.
يسعدني الترحيب بكم حضورنا الكريم. إن شاء الله اليوم سنبدأ الجلسة الأولى لملتقانا. معكم أسماء الخضري من مكتب الشارقة مدينة مراعية للسن. سنتناول في الجلسة الأولى أو التي ستكون بعنوان الخبرات الدولية في الإرتقاء بخدمات كبار السن. سيكون هناك لدينا 3 ضيوف و3 متحدثين سيتناولوا الموضوعات التالية. الموضوع الأول سوف يكون عن أبرز تطبيقات أنظمة الضمان الاجتماعي لكبار السن لتحقيق جودة الحياة، وستكون محدثتنا هي الدكتورة زينيا تشايل من سويسرا. كذلك سوف نتحدث عن البرنامج الإيرلندي لأفضل الممارسات الصديقة لكبار السن، وستكون محدثتنا هي مس آن ريزو. كذلك سوف نتطرق إلى المبادرات المجتمعية لتعزيز صحة المسنين وتمكينهم، وستتفضل الدكتورة سمر الفقي من منظمة الصحة العالمية لإقليم الشرق المتوسط باستعراض هذه المبادرات المجتمعية. والآن سوف نبدأ أولى الجلسات وأولى الموضوعات من الدكتورة زينيا تشايل. دكتورة زينيا تشايل, she is independent expert global health and long-term care policy from Geneva. Dr. Zenia has the experience at the United Nations and the federal government of Germany on social protection, pensions, policies, and broader aging issues, human rights, and international development policies, as proved by numerous publications. Also, Dr. Zenia, working since February 2018 as an independent expert on global health and long-term care policies, cooperating with the International Labour Organization, the United Nations High Commissioners for Human Rights, global media, NGOs, and a lot of the universities. The main focus of Dr. Zenia related to social protection, as we mentioned, particularly the health protection, long-term care for older person and old age pension, as well as issues connected with the socio-economic aspect, justice and inequities by women, poor people, migrant, and etc. So please, Dr. Zenia, please come.
So why do we need to discuss long-term care? We have just heard that aging, demographic aging, is an important topic. And here we see the life expectancy at age 60 at the global level and in different countries. And as you can see, in the United Arab States, in Iran and Bahrain, the life expectancy at age 60 is still 20 years. And it is even higher in other countries such as Japan and Australia, where it's up to 26 years. And this is what is to be expected in this country and in this context here as well. The growing life expectancy at age 60 involves complex health conditions, and it involves increased needs for long-term care, not only for more older people, but also at a higher quality and for a longer period of time. And also it requires supportive environments for daily life in order to empower older persons and give them better health and realize the improved quality of life, in addition to income support that should be provided through social security systems such as old age pensions. But before we move and start discussing more details of long-term care, let us clarify what is long-term care. And in this context, I would like to point to the fact that long-term care is part of health and social protection, and thus it is a human right for all people. Usually it is referred to as a range of services and cash benefits addressing the reduced functionality, be it physical or mental, of older people, and it is provided at home or in institutions such as nursing care. Thus, it involves bathing, eating, but also primary care services. And it is provided to older people that suffer from chronic or non-communicable diseases such as diabetes or dementia, from multimorbidity, or just geriatric health syndromes such as frailty and falls. And who provides the care? The care services are provided by 3 different groups of the workforce, if I may say so. First of all, we have a formal workforce that consists of professional healthcare and long-term care workers, and they provide their services in homes, in institutions and communities. Secondly, we have family carers, which give up frequently their employment and thus their income and social protection, and this results often in increased risks for impoverishment and ill health. And thirdly, we have a group of informal workers who provide long-term care services, domestic workers and migrants, which are frequently lacking decent working conditions as defined by ILO, the International Labour Organization. So, which social protection benefits empower older persons in need of long-term care? We can globally distinguish 3 types of benefits. First of all, benefits in kind, and these are medical or social services, for example, to allow aging in place or in institutions. They also include prevention of age-related diseases over the life cycle, such as hypertension. Secondly, we find benefits in cash, and these are fixed amounts of money that are given to care recipients in order to empower them to buy private, formal or informal long-term care services at home, and to enable them to develop environments that are facilitating aging in place. And thirdly, we have benefits for family carers, and they include particularly social protection coverage, for example, in health or pension schemes. They also include the possibility for flexible paid or unpaid leave from work if they are employed. And this later benefit for family carers is very important, but unfortunately only existing in very few countries. In all countries, we find in addition that long-term care services and benefits are strictly limited to a certain amount, which is nowhere covering the full costs of care. And thus, access requires usually significant private co-payments that might be impoverishing. Also, in most countries, benefits involve very rigid eligibility rules and sometimes income or means tests. And as a result, services are targeted to the poor only. Finally, we find with regard to benefits that the schemes, the different social protection schemes, are mismatched in many countries with other social protection schemes, such as pension schemes for older people. They often lack life course approaches, for example, prevention, and integrated personal-centered care. All these benefits are provided through social protection schemes and systems. social long-term care insurance schemes and social health insurance schemes, which are financed through social insurance contributions and, as mentioned, co-payments. This is the case, for example, in Germany, Korea, and Japan. We also find social assistance approaches, which are means-tested, and they are funded through taxes or co-payments, such as in China, Russia, or Sweden. And finally, there is a mix of both systems, which are then involving mixed financing systems as well. We also find in some countries private insurance schemes, but they are not part of social protection and social security, and thus I will not discuss them. Usually, the social protection schemes are based on some key principles for long-term care protection policies. And they include universal coverage based on national legislation, financial protection, solidarity in financing, and equitable access to quality services that are both available and affordable for all in need. How many older persons have long-term care coverage through these schemes? A very small percentage of the population aged 65 and older, only 5.6%, is living in countries with universal long-term care coverage. This is the case in Japan, for example. The large majority of the people aged 65 and more are living in countries without any rights to long-term care, and this concerns 300 million people at the global level. And the rest is living in countries with means tests, forcing people to become poor before they become eligible for long-term care. And concerned are mostly population groups such as older women, older poor, singles aged 65 and more, and the very old above 80. What about solidarity in financing? Is public funding of long-term care sufficient for all in need? Here we see the percentage of the population aged 65 and more at the global level, which is excluded from access to long-term care due to deficits in public expenditure. And the countries in red indicate that more than 75% of the population aged 65 are excluded because there are just not enough public funds available to provide professional services to all in need. And this includes large parts of the world, both rich and poor countries, and it is independent of the existence of national legislation. Sufficient funds are mostly provided in Northern America and European countries, which are colored in green, whereas the exclusion of 75% of the population aged 65 is found in most other regions of the world. What is the impact? Or in other words, are long-term care services affordable for older persons in need? We find that in countries with no national long-term care legislation, such as Mexico, up to 100% of total long-term care expenditure is private. Even in countries with means-tested long-term care social assistance schemes covering the poor, we find a very high out-of-pocket payment amount, out-of-pocket that can even exceed disposable income of the older people, such as in France, a very rich country. Out-of-pocket payments are most limited in countries with universal coverage through national legislation, such as in Germany. But still here we have 25% of co-payments, so private expenditure. Globally, we observe that out-of-pocket payments occur in all countries due to three main reasons. First of all, coverage gaps in national legislation. Secondly, high co-payments for long-term care services that is even stipulated in national legislation. And unavailability or low quality of public services that requires the use of private care. And these reasons often result in the fact that we have inequities in access to quality services, that we have a misuse of healthcare systems because older people go to hospitals rather than getting long-term care services, and impoverishment. Another issue relates to the insufficient number of formal long-term care workers to provide quality services to all in need. Here you see the estimated regional long-term care workforce shortages throughout the world, or in other words, the job creation potential if these persons would have been jobs. And we find that in Asia and Pacific, the highest shortage of the workforce is existing, and this amounts to more than 8 million professional workers. Even in the other regions, we find more than 2 or 1.5 at least million workers that are missing in Africa. And these numbers translate at the national level to the fact that for 100 persons aged 65 and more, in South Africa, for example, only 0.4 health workers or care workers are available. In Russia, 0.7. And in Australia, it is 4.4. While in Norway we have 17.1 worker for 100 older people. And who fills the gap? It is often unpaid, mostly female family carers, informal workers, and migrants, which are in law or in practice not or insufficiently covered by formal arrangements such as working contracts, social protection, and so forth. And they make up 80% of the long-term care workforce. Only 20% of the workers are available to provide quality care to the older people. And what do we conclude from the high reliance on family carers providing long-term care? First of all, we conclude that aging in place is the most preferred form of long-term care, and so should it be. However, provided by family carers only, it is not sustainable and it does have a high cost. Sustainability is threatened through changing family sizes, where we have less children, we have also changing norms, we have migration, we have the fact that children are not living with their parents but alone, or we have also the fact that family carers are aging themselves and cannot provide the care anymore which is needed. Also, family carers lose their income, they lose social protection, and they have reduced opportunities to do savings for their own age, and thus are exposed to the risk of impoverishment. Also, we find that the absence of decent working conditions, for example, they get no wage, there's no regulated working time, no vacation, no occupational safety and health for family workers. this is a core issue that will impact on the sustainability of family care. And last not least, there are high work-family conflicts and risk of job loss if those people are employed and have to care, for example, for their parents in addition. But family care is not only an issue for the family carers themselves. It is also an issue for the care recipients. And this is due to the lack of professional services. We might find increased levels of dependence due to physical and mental deterioration of older people. We have high costs of family care because the lack of income of those who are working at home and not in employment. And finally, there is one taboo which is statistically very relevant, and this relates to the abuse and violence against family members, which is due to the overburden and the lack of professionalism given the absence of training for family carers. And finally, there are socio-economic issues involved in family care only. And this relates to foregone economic growth, including foregone employment as the jobs are not filled, higher public expenditure given the absence of social protection from families' carers who will then be exposed to the risk of unemployment or income gaps at higher age. We also find increased gender inequities between those who can afford giving up employment in income and those who can't. And we find a failure to comply with labor law, which is because the work is carried out irrespectively of the national legislation. Against this background, it is important for politicians to address at least three main issues. Increasing needs for long-term care require enabling, first of all, aging in place. They require mitigating costs for older people and relying less on family carers while supporting them sufficiently. Policies required include the development of social protection schemes and systems to support older people with long-term care needs at home and in institutions, but also family carers. It also requires to develop the workforce and provide people-centered integrated health care. In addition, we need enabling employment and labor market policies, both for family carers and professional carers. And finally, acceptable institutional and community care that is based on raising quality standards for all in need. More specifically, we can find that social protection policies over the life course should be focused, and this includes particularly providing universal coverage through legislation and closing coverage gaps in long-term care and other social protection schemes such as old age pension and health schemes. It is also important to match and adjust existing social protection schemes and to provide these people-centered benefits over the life cycle in all social protection schemes such as health, maternity, child and old age pensions, and to review employment requirements with regard to social protection entitlements. Finally, we should look into the question how to provide access to adequate benefits that are acceptable and accessible at community level, and define these benefits with a view to life course needs, both in cash and in services, and minimize the out-of-pocket payments for private persons who cannot afford them. A core aspect involves support to families, informal and migrant carers. And this involves, of course, cash benefits, which can be given to family carers, subsidies for continued social protection of family carers, replacement during vacation, and flexible care leave in case of employment. It is also important to develop unconditional social protection benefits for informal, domestic and migrant workers, and to ensure the portability of social protection. However, it is not sufficient to focus on social protection policies only. It is important to go beyond these social protection and health policies and apply a whole of government approach. And this would include that the head of government is prioritizing social protection for older persons, particularly long-term care, and that he or she is coordinating fiscal, social, health and labor market policies with a view to long-term care benefits. Also, the Minister of Finance should develop sufficient fiscal space for investments in long-term care jobs and benefits, and set up, if necessary, enabling macroeconomic frameworks for sufficient public funding. Finally, the Minister of Labour is requested to address workforce shortages through training and the creation of decent jobs. It is important to improve the working conditions for care workers and develop the employment status for informal, domestic and migrant workers. Besides, it would be necessary to address gender issues that derive from employment interruption. I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Zenia, for this very interesting subject about Ireland experience in the policy and the long-term care policy. I think we'll keep the question till the end of our session today. رح نتكلم الآن حيكون الفقرة الثانية من الجلسة الأولى رح تكون بعنوان البرنامج الإيرلندي لأفضل الممارسات الصديقة للعمر. ورح تتناول هذه الفقرة عنا Miss Anne Rizzo from Ireland, and she will talk about the best practices of the age-friendly program initiative in Ireland. Anne Rizzo is the thematic program manager with Limerick City and Country Council. As part of her portfolio, Anne and her team manage the Limerick Age-Friendly Program, which is operated as a part of the nationwide shared local authority services. The municipality-led national program is based on the WHO Global Age-Friendly Program and is operational across the 31 local authority area in Ireland. The locally based program is focused on ensuring Limerick is responsive to the increasing need of the old people and committed to adopt the effective policy to respond to the demographic change. Spanning more than 20 years career in local government, Ms. Anne is a champion of integrated care services, which with a vision of promoting independent living and building sustainable environment. She has worked with the stakeholders across the public, NGOs and private sectors and a lot of the universities and organizations. Please, Ms. Annie, have your speech.
Our population is increasing on an annual basis. It is projected that by the year 2026, there will be 861,000 people over the age of 65 living in Ireland. And that figure will have risen to 1.4 million by the year 2046. That's quite high when you consider that the population of Ireland is just under 5 million. In 2011, the Central Statistics Office stated that there were 128,000 people over the age of 80 living in Ireland. This figure is projected to rise to almost 500,000 by 2046. And it is also projected that the vast majority of them will be living healthy lives independently with access to a full range of services suitable to their needs. Was formally assigned to Meath County Council in June 2018. This shared service is an enabler to providing a more streamlined, age-friendly Ireland programme and will lead on the success of the previous 10 years. Local government's overarching goal is to deliver better outcomes for all citizens and future populations. The Age-Friendly Ireland Shared Service function provided a unique opportunity to consolidate how information is gathered, hosted and shared across all 31 age-friendly programmes. It is used to inform improved public policy and decision-making. It provides an efficient and cost-effective method of supporting local government and partnering stakeholders in the delivery of this global programme. It provides an evidence base for future policy development and ensures that principles of age friendliness are embedded in the core structures and services of all. The national programme provides support, technical advice, guidance and information to the 31 age-friendly programmes. It works closely with existing and new stakeholders across a wide range of domains covered by the World Health Organization priority areas of housing, outdoor space and buildings, transportation, social participation, respect and social inclusion, information and communication, community care and health services, and civic participation and employment, and other areas deemed to be a priority by local and national structures such as age-friendly alliances and the National Advisory Group. The success of the Global Age-Friendly Cities and Counties programme is based on the 6 main principles. Participation, having older people involved in the process of finding solutions to issues that are most important to them. The Irish programme has spent the last 10 years consulting with older people across the country to identify issues. Efficiency, sharing learning, replication of successful programme initiatives and adopting good models of practice and others from other sectors in a cost-effective manner. Collaboration, the age-friendly programme's success is built on its ability to collaborate with all sectors, working across public, private, NGOs and the academic sectors for best results. Implementation, measuring improved outcomes for older people using research to inform future needs. For example, the Health and Positive Ageing in Ireland research funded by Age Friendly Ireland in collaboration with the Department of Health. But I'll speak a little bit more about that later on. Partnership, working closely with key stakeholders at local, regional and national level. And innovation, finding solutions to issues raised by our older people. Ireland's age-friendly programme supports and provides technical guidance to the 31 municipality-led, multi-agency, age-friendly city and county programmes across Ireland. The programme is supported in the main by 4 government departments: Housing, Planning and Local Government, Health, rural and community development, and transport, tourism and sport. The National Age Friendly Programme, hosted by Meath Municipality, provides support to the 31 other age-friendly programmes running across the country. Each of the programmes is comprised of an Older People's Council executive, elected by all of the older people living in that municipality. The Older People's Executive engages with the Age Friendly Alliance to draw up and then oversee the implementation of an age-friendly strategy. There is a national network of Older People's Councils, a national network of Alliance chairs, and also a national network of programme managers who provide supports to each other and inform on best practice guidelines. The main objectives of the Programme Support Unit based in Meath County Council is to work on strengthening and embedding local programmes through, for example, the development and implementation of each age-friendly strategy, the scaling up and replication of best practice by optimising programme quality and impact through supporting wide-scale application of innovative, effective and sustainable age-friendly practices, informing and influencing policy and service development at both national and local level, measurement, monitoring and shared learning by using our data gathering skills, monitoring and recording. We will utilise the developing framework to record outcomes and demonstrate how to most effectively communicate our learnings. Our programmes across the country operate under the 8 World Health Organization themes, and under each of those themes we have informed and influenced a number of pieces of national policy that will ultimately improve the lives of not just older people, but all of our population. For example, under the WHO theme of community and health services, we have been involved in the National HSE Service Plan ICPOP, or the Integrated Care Programme for Older People. Under the theme of housing, we have worked on several policies. Most recently, we collaborated with both the Department of Health and Housing, Planning and Local Government on the policy document Housing Options for an Ageing Population. In the 10 short years since Age Friendly Ireland was established, we have published a wide range of best practice guidelines and handbooks to support our work, all of which are available on our website, agefriendlyireland.ie. Some of the publications include a guide to older people's councils, listening to older people, age-friendly towns toolkit, and a guide to age-friendly communication. This slide shows just a very small number of the various items we've been involved in over the last 10 years. So we've worked to make one of the airports in Ireland the first age-friendly airport in the world, and we're hoping that we'll get that accreditation from the World Health Organization very shortly. All 31 age-friendly programmes across the country of Ireland are now affiliated to the age-friendly WHO network, and we were granted earlier in this year, we were accredited as being the first completely age-friendly country in the world. We've engaged with local businesses to run age-friendly business programmes where older people, when they attend premises, are given preferential treatment because of their age. We have looked at things like age-friendly libraries. So this is a new initiative we've undertaken, and we now have age-friendly libraries in all of our 31 municipalities, and that's actually being launched in October of this year by one of our government ministers. Again, some of the other things we've done, looked at alternative housing models for older people, age-friendly housing and public realm training. So we train architects and engineers in what is good design for accommodating older people and keeping them living and aging in place. So what is age-friendly Limerick? Age-friendly Limerick is a place where more and more older people can stay living in their own homes and communities, lead healthy and active lives, get to where they want to go, when they want to go, and are valued contributors to the lives of their communities. Age-Friendly Limerick was established in 2013. Consultation began with older people from across both city and county on issues of concern to them. That led to the establishment of the Age-Friendly Alliance, chaired by Mr. Con Murray. And the Limerick Older People's Council was also formed. Working in collaboration, they oversaw the publication of Limerick's first age-friendly strategy. Limerick's first strategy was launched in June 2015. It comprises 43 objectives under the 8 World Health Organization themes. Excuse me. Each objective identifies a lead agency to undertake the implementation of the objective in collaboration with other stakeholders, and this process is overseen by the Age-Friendly Alliance and the Older People's Council. So what's been our focus? In Limerick, and this would be similar across all of the age-friendly programs in the country, we have focused on things like age-friendly parking spaces. So in Ireland, we have designated parking spaces for people with a disability, and now we're looking at putting age-friendly parking spaces beside those so that older people get preferential treatment when it comes to finding on-street parking. Age-friendly seating, age-friendly towns, trusted tradesman register so that people are not afraid to ring a tradesman to come and do some work in their home. They know that if they're on the trusted tradesman's register, they can trust that that is a bona fide tradesperson. We do things like we installed a hoist in a leisure centre because older people couldn't use the ladder that went down the side of the swimming pool. So we paid to have a hoist installed for the leisure centre. I have a couple underlined there at the bottom, which I'm going to speak about in greater detail. So just to put a little bit of context on it. For some time now, it has been known that physical environments that are age-friendly can make the difference between independence and dependence, and that older people who live in an unsafe environment or in areas that with many physical barriers are less likely to get out and therefore can be more prone to isolation, depression, reduced fitness and increased mobility problems. In 2016, with funding from the sources like local authorities and the Department of Health, Dr. Sinead Shannon and a team who conducted a major piece of research, the purpose of which was to gather data both from a national and local county level perspective regarding health and positive ageing in older people. The results of the data gathered gave an insight into older people's perceptions on a range of topics, including public space and buildings, transportation, housing, security, healthy ageing, social participation, and lifelong learning. The research compared local results with national norms and gave practitioners across the country a clear view of the issues of greatest importance to older people. Policymakers need evidence like that gathered in the HAPPY research to make projections of future need across all policy areas. The HAPPY research sought to provide the evidence about the determinants of health, well-being and quality of life and the relationships between them in order to inform planning for an ageing population at national and local level. It provided evidence to support the development and monitoring of strategies and actions to help older people live healthy and active lives in supported, age-friendly communities. Just like other areas of Ireland, Limerick is experiencing ageing in its population, which will have effects into the future. According to the Central Statistics Office, 22% of people living in the county area are aged 55 or older, while the figure for the city area is slightly higher at 24% of the population. 64% of those resident in the city stated that their health was either good or very good, while the country residents scored significantly higher at 74%. This figure is above the national average, which was at 72%. At the time the research was conducted in 2016, there had been 7,500 emergency hospital admissions for over 55s living in Limerick in a single year. When compared to the figures from the 2011 census, it showed that the emergency admission figure had risen by 5%. The four most common health conditions experienced by adults aged 55 and over in Ireland are arthritis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes. Excuse me. And you can see on the slide there, we're showing the national and then the Limerick City and Limerick County comparisons. And you can see that in Limerick, we're slightly above in some areas and slightly below in other areas the national average for each of the four main debilitating illnesses in over 55s.
Our world is changing. With everything from banking to socializing now online, it's hard to keep up. But you can with Acorn. Acorn is a smart tablet that's really easy to use and meets your needs. You can connect to family, friends, and your local community in lots of ways. Schedule appointments or catch-ups with friends on your calendar and keep an eye on what's happening locally. You can turn on the radio or read the newspaper at the touch of a button. Book a flight or a holiday or just explore the internet. It's up to you. And of course, there's the business of life. Banking, shopping, managing your health, paying the bills. All easily done by you on Acorn, the user-friendly smart tablet. Acorn, connecting generations.
Data from the Happy research has influenced the projects we have undertaken here in Limerick. And some of those projects included that Happy Acorn tablet. Acorn is designed to empower older people who have little or no internet experience, who find going online daunting, but would like to start small and build up over time. The Acorn is designed to open up a world of digital services for older people and encourage social inclusion, putting people in contact with others in their community and helping them to avail of services and information not otherwise easily accessible to them. The Acorn interface has clean lines, is simple to navigate, and provides easy access to remote technical assistance when required. Age-friendly, along with our partner age-friendly programmes in Meath and Fingal, received funding from the government to run a pilot in 3 local authority areas. The Limerick pilot saw 30 older people from across the city and county receive an Acorn tablet. Workshops for the 30 participants were run over a 12-week period, and we measured their levels of satisfaction at the beginning and measured things like their comfort when going online and researching, that kind of thing. The reports, as a result of what we found, was that the Acorn tablet was very easy to use. It's much simpler than using an iPad or a tablet of that nature. You can start small and build on it over time, and we're now exploring an app to go on the tablet which will measure the person's health while living in their own home.
Thank you very much, Ms. Anne, for your presentation. And now we'll have the last subject today, and will be presented by Dr. Samar. She will talk about the community initiatives to promote the health and empowerment of all people. Dr. Samar, she is from the WHO Regional Office of Eastern Mediterranean Region, IMRO. Before I will start the official introduction of Dr. Samar, دكتورة سمر هي مش شخص غريب على الشارقة، هي منا وفينا، تعاملنا معها سابقا، كانت من المقيمين لبرنامج الشارقة مدينة صحية. احنا يشرفنا صراحة اليوم انها تكون موجودة معنا، فهي جزء يعني من فريق الشارقة وجزء من الشارقة. دكتورة سمر, she is a medical director, a medical doctor qualified in public health from Liverpool University, and reproductive, maternal and child health from Cairo University. Dr. Samar her working experience in WHO IMRO in primary and community health care and WHO country office in so many countries in the Mediterranean region. Dr. Samar participated in implementing urban health equity assessment and response tool in Egypt and Jordan, Sudan, and Tunisia. Dr. Samar also has many publications in the field of healthy city program, planning effective communication strategies, community health worker, home health care for elderly, community-based disaster risk reduction, and so many subjects regarding the community. Her current position is the regional focal point for community-based initiative and health setting. Please, Dr. Samar, just join us, please.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أشرف خاتم الأنبياء وأشرف المرسلين. أصحاب السعادة والحضور الكريم، أود في البداية أنقل لكم تحيات المدير الإقليمي مكتب إقليم شرق المتوسط لمنظمة الصحة العالمية دكتور أحمد المنظري، وتحياته للشرقة على مبادراتهم العظيمة. زي ما قالت الدكتورة أسماء، أنا مش غريبة على الشرقة، أنا اشتركت قبل كده في برنامج المدن الصحية، وقريبا إن شاء الله المدارس المعززة للصحة، ودايما ببقى سعيدة لما بكون بينكم. الحقيقة أنا عملت برزنتيشن بالإنجليزي، بس بما إن معظم الحضور بيكلموا عربي وأنا أفخر بلغتي العربية، فإن شاء الله هتكلم بالعربي. هنتكلم النهاردة على المبادرات المجتمعية لتعزيز صحة كبار السن والارتقاء بيها وإعطاء الدعم المناسب ليهم على مستوى المجتمع. أول حاجة، زي ما احنا كلنا متفقين، التقدم في العمر هو فرصة للعمل، فرصة للعطاء، لأن كل ما الواحد بيتقدم في العمر مسؤولياته الأسرية بتقل وخبرته بتزيد، فبيبقى عنده وقت أكتر وقدرة على العطاء. لكن للأسف بيبقى البيئة المحيطة أو المجتمع مش قد كده داعم، بمعنى أنت بقى كبرت ترتاح، ما أنت ياما اشتغلت، صحتك بقى ما تشوف صحتك وشوف الدكاترة، وده الحقيقة مش هو ده المطلوب. بالعكس، احنا دلوقتي وزي ما تفضلت معالي الدكتورة فاطمة البلوشي وقالت، الارتقاء بالنظام الصحي دلوقتي خلى التقدم بالعمر مش مجرد انه هو زيادة في نسبة المرضى او ان يبقى في مشاكل صحية، بالعكس بيبقى فرصة اكتر ان احنا نرتقي بالصحة في الفئة العمرية دي. في مفاهيم مغلوطة كتير عن التقدم في العمر وكبار السن. أولها إن إنهاء الخدمة أو الطلوع على المعاش أسهل بالنسبة للسيدات من الرجال، بمعنى خلاص بقى ترجعي تقعدي في البيت وتشوفي بيتك وأسرتك، وكأنها كانت أيام ما كانت بتشتغل ما بتشوفش بيتها وأسرتها. لا، بالعكس، الطلوع على المعاش أو التقدم في العمر وقلة العطاء بيبقى صعب على السيدات وعلى الرجال. برضو احنا مجتمعنا بنعتبر ان الكبر بقى ده خلاص ابتدى ينسى، ابتدى يجيله مشاكل صحية او كده. لا، مش شرط، بالعكس في ناس كتير جدا بتتقدم في العمر وما زالوا اصحاء وما زالوا عندهم قدرة على العطاء. ان برضو التقدم في العمر ده بيبقى قلة الانتاج او قلة ان هم ما بيبقوش قادرين على العطاء زي الاول، بالعكس بيبقى عندهم خبرة وحكمة، فبالتالي ده بيثقل خبرتهم وقدرتهم على العطاء. ان احنا بنقول ان الكبار في السن ما بيقدروش يتعلموا، دايما نقول لا، التعليم في الصغر كالنقش على الحجر. بالعكس، انا شفت كبار في السن اتعلموا مهارات ودخلوا مجالات، وفي ناس يمكن بنقرأ عنهم على السوشيال ميديا والفيسبوك ان في منهم اخذوا دكتوراه وهم اقتربوا من سن 90. فيعني العلم والاكتساب المهارات ملوش سن وملوش نهاية. برضو ان هم الكبار دول ظراف وبركة، بس مش ما يقدروش يشتغلوا، يحتاجوا بقى يرتاحوا. لا، بالعكس هم كبار وبركة، ولازم كلنا نستفيد من خبرتهم وقدرتهم. برضو ان الكبر في السن بيبتدي من سن 60 دلوقتي حسب تصنيف منظمة الصحة العالمية، ومع التقدم في التقدم في العمر على المستوى العالمي ما عادش سن 60 دون خلاص ده المفروض سن طلوع على المعاش وكبر في السن، بالعكس بيبقوا لسه في كامل نشاطهم وكامل صحتهم. وان هم محتاجين مساعده ومحتاجين لدعم. طبعا كل انسان عموما مش بس الكبير في السن محتاج مساعده ومحتاج دعم، لكن مش شرط ان احنا نفهمهم كده على طول بالتالي هيبقوا معتمدين على الاخرين، بالعكس احنا اللي عاوزين نعتمد عليهم لنقل خبراتهم ومجهودهم. وان هم بيبقوا يعني محتاجين بقى خلاص عندهم مشاكل نفسية، بالعكس ده في منهم كتير جدا صحتهم النفسية أقوى من شباب كتير نعرف. زي ما أنا قلت إن إحنا بنعتبرهم اللي هم اللي ابتدوا يكبروا في السن، بنقسمهم ل3 فئات من سن 50 لسن 70، ودول بيبقوا ابتدوا يجهزوا لطلوعهم على المعاش وعندهم خبرة ويقدروا يشاركوها من خلال عملهم أو عطائهم، وبنسميهم جيل الساندويتش. جيل الساندويتش يعني ايه؟ يعني بيبقوا في مرحلة سنية بيعتنوا بآبائهم وأمهاتهم وفي نفس الوقت بيعتنوا بالأبناء، فبيبقى هم يعني عليهم في الفترة دي، لأن ممكن اللي في سن 50 أو حاجة و50 بيبقوا أولاده لسه ما اتجوزوش، فعندهم اعتناء بالآباء وعندهم اعتناء بالأبناء. وإحنا كمجتمع شرقي ما عندناش حتة إن لما الأب أو الأم يكبروا نحطهم في دار مسنين، لا بالعكس بيبقوا بنراعيهم. عشان كده الفئة دي بيبقى مهم جدا نركز عليهم لأن عليهم ضغوط من الجهتين. والحاجة كويسة إن هم بيبقوا عندهم دراية بالكمبيوتر والسوشيال ميديا، ولازم نستغلها لنقل المعلومة ليهم أو إن هم يعرضوا فيها تجاربهم والاستفادة بيها. الفئة الثانية اللي هي من سن 70 ل85 بيبقوا ابتدوا يعني عندهم مشاكل صحية أو مشاكل في الحركة. طبعا مع دلوقتي قلة النشاط البدني بيبقى ابتدى مشاكل في الظهر، مشاكل في الرجلين، فبيبقى بالتالي الفئة دي محتاجين أكتر إن هم للمساندة الصحية. لكن طبعا لو احنا ابتدينا الاعتناء بالفئات العمرية من بدري هيتأخر ظهور الأعراض دي مع السن، وبيبتدوا طبعا يكونوا خلاص سابوا الشغل والدخل بيبقى أقل والمشاكل الصحية زادت، فبيبقى في شوية مشاكل اقتصادية بالنسبة لهم. فوق 85 بيبقى دول عندهم كمية حكمة وكمية خبرة زي ما احنا قلنا، لكن للأسف بيبقى عندهم المشاكل الصحية، لأن احنا زي ما قلنا احنا عايزين نبتدي ان الاجيال بتاعتنا ويمكن معالي الدكتورة فاطمة اشارت لكده اللي هي المصفوفات العمرية وازاي يكبروا في حالة من الصحة الجسمانية والنفسية. طيب التقرير العالمي للنهوض بصحة أو تعزيز صحة كبار السن ركز على حاجتين مهمين جدا، اللي هي الارتقاء والإبقاء على العوامل الصحية المناسبة، ومش بس الصحية والاجتماعية، وهنشوف مع بعض إزاي. كل واحد مننا عنده قدرة داخلية دي بيوجدها الحالة التعليمية، الحالة الصحية، النشاط الاجتماعي، دي بيبقى قدرات داخلية. لكن للأسف زي ما أنا قلت نتيجة المفاهيم المغلوطة اللي منتشرة في مجتمعنا ما بيبقاش في بيئة داعمة إن إحنا نستفيد من هذه الخبرات. علشان كده لازم نشتغل على الحاجتين دول للاعتناء وتعزيز صحة كبار السن، وهي تعزيز أو بناء القدرات علشان بناء القوة الداخلية وخلق بيئة داعمة للاستفادة القصوى من القدرات دهيا. علشان كده ده بيعتبر انا بنصحكم كلكم ان شاء الله تقروا التقرير دون، لان في يعني يمكن عشان الوقت مش هقدر اخش فيها ان ديتيلز، بس فيها خطوات ازاي نقوم بيها للارتقاء بالصحه بصحه كبار السن وخلق البيئه الداعمه اللي تدعم ذلك. وباختصار شديد بيركز التقرير على 3 مراحل ايه اللي ممكن نعمله فيها. اول حاجه لما يبقى الفئه العمريه اللي قلناها اللي هي من 50 ل 75 بيبقى في عندهم شويه الكباستي كويسه، والقدرة الوظيفية بتاعتهم أو وظائف الجسم لسه كويسة، فبالتالي نبتدي نشتغل على التشخيص المبكر للأمراض المزمنة علشان نمنع حدوثها، وإن احنا نساعدهم على تبني أسلوب صحي. وده اللي برنامج المدن الإيدج فريندلي سيتيز اللي هي صديقة كبار السن، ده اللي بيركز عليه، اللي هو خلق بيئة داعمة وإن تعزيز الأنشطة الاجتماعية والرياضية علشان ما يخشوش في المشاكل الصحية اللي قلنا عليهم. ولما تبتدي القدرة بتاعتهم تقل مع التقدم في العمر، طبعا بيبقى الاعتناء بالخدمات الصحية، لأن احنا نحاول نعمل كنترول أو نقلل المشاكل أو المضاعفات الناتجة عن الأمراض المزمنة زي الضغط والسكر. ولما يبتدوا بقى يكبروا في السن قوي بنبتدي نشوف ايه هي المعوقات اللي بتمنعهم من المشاركة المجتمعية، ونبتدي نذللها ونشتغل عليها. أنا قلت إن المجتمع الشرقي بتاعنا داعم جدا للاعتناء بكبار السن، لكن زي ما احنا قلنا لابد ان احنا نصحح المفاهيم المغلوطة. لكن في نفس الوقت عندنا في اسيتس او في عناصر جيدة جدا في مجتمعاتنا ممكن نستفيد بيها للاعتناء والارتقاء بالحالة النفسية والصحية والاجتماعية لكبار السن. اول حاجة ان احنا عندنا كعرب في عادات حلوة قوي، مثلا زي على مستوى المجتمع زي المجالس، زي الديوانيات، الحاجات دي اللي بنجتمع فيها، وده مجال كويس جدا ان احنا ندعو فيها كبار السن، مش بس ان هم يقعدوا يستمعوا، بالعكس ان هم كمان يبقوا مرسلين ونبتدي نستفيد بخبراتهم وحكمتهم في الحياة. برضو عندنا ان احنا الشبكات الاجتماعية عندنا في المجتمع لسه جميلة ولسه في ترابط أسري، فبالتالي ده برضو فرصة كويسة جدا ممكن نبني عليها. زي ما احنا قلنا برضو النصيحة أو النصايح الخاصة بالارتقاء بالنشاط البدني بالنمط الحياة الصحي، كل ده برضو عندنا دلوقتي المنصات والبلاتفورمز الكتيرة اللي ممكن نستغلها لتقديمها. في برضو أنا يمكن وأنا داخلة شفت في مصنوعات يدوية عاملينها كبار السن، وده عندنا احنا مهارات وحاجات ممكن خاصة بالمجتمع بتاعنا ممكن نخليهم ننمي قدرتهم عليهم، بالتالي يستفيدوا منها ويسلوا وقتهم، او ما يبقوش يشعروا بالعزلة وان هم لسه منتجين وقادرين على العطاء. وبرضو التطوع عندنا في مجتمعنا حتى من منظور الإسلام، التطوع بنكسب فيه ثواب، ومش بس احنا عاوزين متطوعين ان هم يعتنوا بيهم، لا عايزينهم هم كمان متطوعين بحيث نستفيد من خبراتهم في مجالات كتيرة، لان بنلاقي منهم المعلم، الطبيب، المحامي، كل واحد بيبقى عنده خبرة ممكن من خلال تطوعهم نقدر نستفيد بيها. وبرضو عندنا على مستوى المجتمع كثير من المنظمات الحكومية والأهلية والجمعيات الأهلية، ويمكن أنا في زياراتي المتكررة للشارقة شفت مبادرة جميلة جدا اللي هي دور الرعاية النهارية لكبار السن، وقد ايه حتى الديكور بتاعها مش ديكور عادي، لا ده بالعكس عامل زي البيت، يعني حتى الكراسي الموبيليا بتاعته هومي زي البيت، بحيث ان لما بيجوا كبار السن ويقعدوا فيه بيبقى بيحسوا ان هم لسه في بيتهم لغايه ما اولادهم يخلصوا شغل ويرجعوا يقدروا يقعدوا عشان ما يقعدوش لوحديهم. برضو الرحلات الانشطه الرياضيه اللي كانت بتصمم ليهم في منتهى الجمال، بحيث ان هي يبقوا لسه حاسين ان في انشطه ويبقوا عندهم امل. غير طبعا الرعايه الصحيه، ويمكن برضو الشارقه بتتميز بالرعايه الصحيه المنزليه اللي بتوصل لهم لغايه البيت في حاله عدم القدره. طيب احنا بنقول المبادرات المجتمعيه وان احنا لازم نشرك المجتمع معانا، ما يبقاش بس تنفيذ برنامج صحه كبار السن على جهات معينه، لازم المجتمع كله يشارك فيه. طيب مين اللي نقدر نشركه معانا وازاي؟ اول حاجه زي ما انا قلت المتطوعين الفرق الرياضية ممكن يستفيدوا من خبرات كبار السن فيها، أو إن احنا ننظم لهم دورات مثلا خاصة بيهم. ممكن اللي هي نوادي الهوايات، زي ما احنا شفنا في عندنا حرف محلية هتندثر مع مرور الوقت، لأن الأجيال الجديدة دلوقتي اللي طالعة ما عادش عندهم زي في شغل الخوص والحاجات الجميلة اللي مشهورة بيها الإمارات والشرق على الخصوص. برضو ممكن نعمل لهم نوادي لتنمية المهارات. ممكن برضو اللي احنا زي ما قلنا اللي هي نوادي كبار السن، الجمعيات اللي موجودة على في المجتمع برضو تعمل برامج خاصة بيهم. ومثلا ممكن يبقى فيه نوادي للقراءة، نوادي لتعليم مهارة جديدة، ستادي كلاس، يعني ممكن مثلا يتعلموا كمبيوتر، يتعلموا حاجات، يتعلموا حاجات تكسبهم مهارات للحياة اليومية والأمور الحياتية بتاعتهم، ونبني على الخبرات السابقة في المجال ده. يبقى طبعا لازم ان احنا نشرك المجتمع، وساعات ممكن في افكار تطلع من المجتمع غير اللي عندنا ونقدر نستفيد بيها اكتر. طيب، يمكن دكتورة أسماء قالت في البداية إن احنا اشتركنا في تقديم برنامج المدن الصحية، وكانت الشارقة أول مدينة صحية تعلن أو تصنف من منظمة الصحة العالمية كمدينة صحية على مستوى إقليم شرق المتوسط، واستفاد منها باقي بلدان الإقليم في المبادرة دي. ويمكن دي صورة تسليم شهادة شارقة مدينة صحية لمعالي سمو الحاكم حاكم الشارقة من دكتور علاء علوان، كان المدير الإقليمي في الوقت ده. طيب، هل برنامج المدن الصحية يختلف عن برنامج ايدج فريندلي سيتي أو المدن المراعية لكبار السن؟ الحقيقة أبدا ما يختلفوش عن بعض، لأن لو احنا شفنا المحاور والمؤشرات الخاصة بالمدينة الصحية والمعايير المدن المراعية لكبار السن هنلاقيها كلها متشابهة، ان هما الاثنين بيخدموا على بعض وبيقووا بعض. يعني لو احنا اعتبرنا المدينة الصحية اللي ابتدت بيها الشارقة كموديل للإقليم كله، ان هو بيركز على المعايير، تحسين المعايير او المحددات الصحة في كافة المجالات، زي الصحة، التعليم، البيئة، البنية التحتية، التنمية الاجتماعية، وبرضو ال80 معيار نفس الحكاية، حتى الاستعداد للطوارئ، وكل الحاجات دي لجميع المواطنين وبجميع الفئات العمرية. لكن لو جينا شفنا ممكن ده ينبثق بقى في إطار المدينة الصحية مبادرات أخرى زي المدن المعززة أو اللي هي صديقة لكبار السن، المبادرات المجتمعية، السوق الصحي، مكان العمل الصحي، المدارس المعززة للصحة. فبنعتبر المدينة الصحية ده زي البلاتفورم أو المنصة اللي كل القطاعات بتشترك فيها، وبينبثق منه المبادرات دي للفئات العمرية المختلفة. في الآخر أحب بس ألخص أو إن إحنا إيه الحاجات اللي نركز عليها كمبادرات مجتمعية للارتقاء وتعزيز صحة كبار السن. أول حاجة إن إحنا نشجع وندعم النشاط البدني، ونبقى ليهم طبعا نشاط بدني ومسابقات خاصة بيهم وإشراكهم كمتطوعين، أو نشرك المتطوعين في ده بحيث بما يتناسب مع حالتهم. برضو ندعم المشاركة المجتمعية منهم، يدوا ندوات، ينقلوا خبرتهم، مش بس يبقى هم متلقيين، بالعكس هم كمان مشاركين، وان هم يشاركوا حتى في يدونا رأي في ويمكن أستاذة أسماء الصبح قالت لي إن معظم الحاجات اللي تم التخطيط ليها وتنفذت كان باستشارة كبار السن نفسهم، لأن هم اللي أقدر إن هم يقولوا احتياجاتهم. وبرضو إن إحنا نعمل فرق متطوعين ويكونوا هم جزء منها للاستفادة بخبراتهم، وفي نفس الوقت دعمهم وتقديم الخدمات ليهم. وإن إحنا نعمل بحوث على مستوى صغير على مستوى المجتمع علشان نعرف إيه هو الاحتياجات بتاعتهم، ويمكن قطعتوا شوط في كده اوريدي، وإن يبقى التخطيط بناء على الدلائل والبراهين، وإن إحنا نرتقي احنا بنقول تصحيح الأمية الصحية. احنا طبعا الحمد لله نسبة التعليم في الشارقة راقية جدا، لكن في برضو بالنسبة لكبار السن عاوزين نبقى نديهم المعلومات الصحية up to date، ان كل حاجة يبقوا عارفينها، علشان زي ما احنا قلنا المفاهيم المغلوطة والحاجات اللي هو لو نسي في مرة يقولك انا جالي الزهايمر، لا يبقى عارفين ايه هو فقدان الذاكرة او ايه هو الزهايمر، يبقى بالتالي هم عارفين علشان ما يتوهموش ويحسوا ان هم عرضة للمخاطر اكتر. في النهاية أحب أشكركم جدا وأعبر عن سروري وشكرا على الدعوة الكريمة إن أنا معاكم النهاردة. وزي ما أنتم شايفين شعار المنظمة للفترة اللي جاية Health for all by all، يعني الصحة للجميع وبالجميع. ألف شكر ومزيد من التوفيق إن شاء الله.
شكرا دكتورة سمر على كلمتك ومحاضرتك المفيدة. الآن حنلخص مختصر ما هي كانت الجلسة الأولى. الجلسة الأولى كانت عبارة عن تسليط الضوء عن الخبرات الدولية في الإرتقاء بخدمات كبار السن وإحداث التمكين. تناولنا 3 موضوعات رئيسية، وهي أبرز التطبيقات للضمان الاجتماعي لكبار السن، وكانت متحدثتنا الدكتورة زينيا من سويسرا. كذلك تطرقنا إلى البرنامج الإيرلندي لأفضل الممارسات الصديقة للعمر، وكانت معنا السيدة آن ريزو من إيرلندا. كذلك تطرقت الدكتورة سمر من منظمة الصحة العالمية لإقليم الشرق المتوسط لأفضل أو ملخص للمبادرات المجتمعية لتعزيز صحة المسنين وتمكينهم. هذا كان باختصار ال3 موضوعات التي تم التطرق إليها بالجلسة الأولى، ونفتح الآن الباب للنقاش والاستفسار أو أي أسئلة. الأخوات موجودين والضيوف موجودين للإجابة لأي تساؤلات في المواضيع التي تم ذكرها.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Salwa Swedi. I'm a geriatrician and the director of Seniors Happiness Center in Dubai Health Authority, DHA. I would like to ask actually about your experience in Europe about having a dementia village. I think this was already started in the Netherlands in 2009. I don't know how the community is looking at this, because here in our countries we started speaking about it, but we face the stigma of the community about having people of dementia in a certain place. So is this accepted in the community, and what's your experience about it? Thank you.
It's not clear. Did you hear? Clear? It's clear for you? Who's supposed to answer? Okay, please. Okay.
In Ireland, can you hear me? It's on? Okay. So in Ireland, we don't have dementia villages, but what we do have are community-based programs where people living with dementia can be supported. We provide things like, I don't know if you've ever heard of a toffer tafel. It's a table with an interactive box above it. We put them into our libraries so that people with dementia can go and use the table in an interactive way to keep their minds active. They do small games and things like that on the table. We also then, in terms of residential care, have facilities that allow people with dementia to live in a kind of a supported housing development, where people with dementia, a number of them would be sharing accommodation and sharing space together, like living together in an apartment. Dementia is not seen as a stigma in Ireland. It's, as far as people in Ireland are concerned, it's another condition of age that is supported by the government, and there are a number of programs in place to support people living with dementia, but we don't have dementia villages per se.
Thank you all for your being with us today in our forum, and I think we will start the second session. Thank you very much. شكرا جزيلا. أعتقد نحن نختم اليوم الجلسة الأولى، ونشكر جميع طبعا الضيوف الذين كانوا معنا اليوم. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا جزيلا للمتحدثين في الجلسة الأولى.